Hello, my name is Madison Warren, and some of you may not know that my wife Patty has a disease called Huntington's. Huntington's is a neurological brain disorder that is brought on by a mutation of the Huntington's gene that causes the brain cells to die slowly. Depending on the severity of the mutation, this disease can come on as early as 2 years old and as late as 70. And last anywhere from 15 to 25 years. Patty and I have gone out of the country a couple of times to have some stem cell treatments done because there's no FDA approved treatment or cure for this disease. We've had some success, but this spring in June we decided to go to Peru to have another series of stem cell and gene therapy done. Coming back, the stem cells started to fire kind of uncontrollably, and she would, all of her muscles would fire in her body. And so it got to be so bad that she was unable to swallow very good and to eat properly. So we ended up having to take her to Vanderbilt and have a tube feeding put in, which has been very good, but they were very worried that she would not be able to handle the procedure, but she came through it with flying colors with God's help, and she's doing very well now, and that's what Huntington's is.
For those of you who don't know me, I'm Chelsi Warren, and I have been a member at Hilldale for my entire life, and just recently I've come back and been able to go to some of the college group Sunday school classes, and they mentioned having a young adult Sunday and needed someone to give a testimony, and it was laying on my heart to share this story with you guys. Like I said, for those of you who don't know me, my mom, Patty Warren, she has Huntington's disease, and she's been sick for majority of my life, and that's just kind of how I've known. Not that mom was sick, but that's just kind of how mom was. And this past summer we had a pretty good scare with being in the hospital. We had to rush her to the intensive care unit, and she was there for a week, and it was kind of one of those realization things. It's like, oh God, this could be it. Like, this could be the end. And my dad was in Nashville and stayed with my mom every night, but I was here in Clarksville, driving back and forth between my dad's office where I worked. I was taking 6 hours of summer school, and this was the week before I was gonna go visit my friend in England, and so everything was so hectic, and I had no idea what was gonna happen. We talked about in Sunday school, like knowing the fear of God, and knowing and like discussing times in our life when there was true fear, and that we've experienced. And I was trying to think, and some of my fellow classmates were saying, I've been in a car wreck or heights or some other experience, and I remembered this summer the car ride, when it was just myself driving to and from Clarksville, and how quiet it was. I mean, I had the radio on, of course, because I love the music, but knowing that ride between Clarksville and Nashville, that something could happen to my mom. We didn't know if she was gonna make it, and I was trying to maintain my composure for my dad, and trying to be the rock for our family. And that ride to Nashville, I remember being so mad and so upset that this was happening. I didn't understand why. That there was a possibility that my mom was going to be out of my life. I was not ready for that. And I sat there and I was, telling God, like, this is not fair. Why would you put this on me on top of everything? And really, the more I got mad, the more frustrated I got. And I finally stopped for a second and thought about, why am I blaming God right now? They say everything happens for a reason. I'm a big believer in that. And sometimes when you're given a curveball, it's easier to point your finger at God and say it's your fault. Like, why are you doing this? And the more I thought about it, the more I looked at it as being my fault. I was like, just had this epiphany of, I could have been there for Mom so many more times before, instead of, being so focused on work and school and my relationship and just kind of putting my family on the back burner. And this really opened my eyes to what's important. And, luckily we didn't have to lose her. She's still here today. And it opened my eyes to, life is too short to be, focused on not material things, but right now things, and how the importance of family, and that car ride became less and less scary, because instead of me just being in the car, I kind of felt like God was my companion on the trip up there, and we would talk, and I'm not going to understand why everything. You can't really understand all the powers of God, but now that so many months have gone by, I've really looked at this past summer of when we did almost lose Mom, and now I'm, more focused on how to live, instead of, how are we all going to end up? Are we all going to die? Yes, we're all going to die, but how much time do we have left, and blah, 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 blah. Instead of looking at it in that sense, it's like, how are we going to use this time? Are you going to try and pack your schedule full of events and things to do? Or are you going to really see what truly is important in your life, and what are you going to do with that time? And I really learned that, taking a couple minutes to tell Mom I love her, whether it's over the phone or whether I go back and watch Lifetime movies at home with her, and just taking a second and stop being so busy. And that's what I've learned, and I really wanted to be able to share that with you all this morning, and I hope some way, somehow, it's inspirational. Thanks.